Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and have ourselves a drink.
All right, and we are back in the lobby bar for the week of December the 11th, 2023. Brian and Michaela here with you. And Michaela, we are getting closer to Christmas, but we are still taking some time to do some other things. Over the weekend, you and me and the rest of your family went to the Charlotte Comic Con, had a pretty good time, saw some things. How was that? Did you have a good time hanging out at Comic Con with me?
I did. I mean, it's always a good time hanging out with you, Brian. It was I feel like this time was the time. It's like a Christmas shopping extravaganza
True.
for those that are into comic books and all things like Star Wars, Marvel-y. I would say nerdy things, but I don't like the way the connotation of nerd is thrown around because I'm a total nerd and I think nerds are hot. So, um, maybe that's correct. Maybe that trends. I don't know, but I thought it was really
Maybe.
fun. There was a Batman walking around in a full suit that was like giving out Christmas cards to everybody. I thought that was really cool.
Hmm. Yeah, there were a bunch of people in costume yesterday. Obviously, they had the Star Wars, the 501st, which are like the Star Wars cosplay group, right? All the stormtroopers and things like that. They had a bunch of Marvel and DC characters running around. Had Ghostbusters. I don't remember seeing like the troop of like Ghostbustering. And that was pretty cool because there were like a bunch of adults dressed up like Ghostbusters, and then there were like kid Ghostbusters, which was pretty fun. I guess
Yeah.
maybe the new movie inspired some more kids to get into Ghostbusters, so that's pretty cool. That was fun, and yeah, saw a lot of good stuff. Picked up a couple of comic books. Your husband took the day though, getting himself some early Christmas gifts, I think. But yeah, had a very good time. So if you're into Comic Cons at all, let us know what you think about those, and let us know what you think about this week's cocktail because this is a doozy, Michaela. I found here. This is called the Spiced Silver Bell cocktail. I got it from the Spruce Eats. It's a little involved because you got to make yourself a syrup, but I think this is going to be good. This is going to be a beautiful kind of knockout addition to your holiday party if you want something a little extra fancy, and then have a little bit of a bonus here for something that's pretty simple we've talked about before. But let's go ahead and put together the Spiced Silver Bell cocktail. So what you're going to do is you're going to need to first make yourself a cranberry spice syrup. That's going to be pretty simple to do. It's just like making a simple syrup. So onto a saucepan, go ahead and put 1.5 cups of brown sugar, 1 cup of cranberries, 3/4 of a cup of water, four cinnamon sticks, a tablespoon or so of orange zest, a teaspoon of allspice berries, and a teaspoon of cloves. So those are all of your winter things. You're going to need those for your baking. Anyway, we're not asking too much here at Drink to Movies. So go ahead, bring that up to a boil so the sugar can dissolve, and then go ahead and squish up those cranberries, get all that juice out of there, strain it, cool it, and you're good to go. The cranberry spice syrup is going to be an excellent addition to everything you have going on this winter. It's even going to make an excellent addition to this week's Patreon bonus episode. So go ahead and make that. So you're going to need that for this week's Patreon cocktail as well. Now let's put one of these together, Michaela. Going to take one and a half
All right.
ounces of a silver tequila, half ounce of lime juice, a half ounce of your cranberry spice syrup, and then some ginger beer to taste. So go ahead and just build that in the glass with some ice. It's going to be cranberry and spicy. It's going to be kind of some agave sweetness from the tequila, a little bit of ginger beer for some effervescence, and a little bit of bite, and perfect. You're set for your winter holiday party.
Silver bells. And then, you have to get some Elvis. Is it Elvis who sings the silver bells?
A lot of people sing it. You're singing it right now, so you might need to double up on the tequila if Michaela is coming to your
Oh,
party, for
stop.
sure.
Be nice. No, definitely, I think this is something that we should partake in while listening to some Christmas carols. We have kind of slated drink the music for a little while and put it on the back shelf for now. But I
On
do
the
think
top
that this is
shelf.
a really good on the top shelf, right where our bourbon is, or tequila rather. This is a really fun drink. I really love this spiced cranberry syrup, though. I think that that is what kind of makes. I mean, obviously, it's a big part of this drink, but I think that this is going to make kind of a round a year kind of space in my fridge from now on
Mhm.
because it's really easy to make and it could be added to so many things to kind of elevate the profile to make it really warm and like wintry, or to
Hmm.
bring out some, mintiness, right? If you wanted to add this to something like minty and more effervescent to bring it out in the summer, I think this could go either way, which makes me really love it more.
Yeah, for sure. You could add a bit of that to something as simple as like a 7 Up or a Sprite if you just wanted to jazz that up holiday style. If you're a fan of like hot tea, I feel like this would be a really good addition to like your mug of hot tea in the evening time. Jazz it up a little bit. So that's the cocktail we're doing today. If that sounded very complicated, that's fair. That's understandable. Go ahead and mix yourself up a winter Moscow Mule because we've done those in the past. Just wanted to remind everyone of that. That's a really good one. Holiday parties this time of year, simple, 2 ingredients, some pear vodka and your ginger beer, ginger ale. Squeeze a lime if you want to go that route, but mix one of those up, make things simple on yourself and do that. You know who is not making it simple on themselves? That was the bartender that you interacted with here just this past week. You were traveling to New York City, the home of the Rockefeller Center tree, all of the
Yes.
fancy display windows, Elf,
Yes.
all the things in New York City. You were there, you had a cocktail. Tell me about it. It sounded a little bananas, but I think it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, it was amazing. I went to this really cool speakeasy. If you go to New York, it's called PDT. Please don't tell. Don't tell anybody else you're going. It's like the best kept secret in New York. It's really cool.
You bought me a book from there. That's
I
really,
did.
really that's really poor form for keeping yourself a secret, having a book.
Right, right. Yeah, have your own book of cocktails. I gotta say, like, I love the idea of a speakeasy, right? Where you have to like go through a door, you have to like know a code, you have to know a password, you have to go into this place. It's like a back closet, like that you find your way through in a secret passage. It's super cool. It's kind of like Chronicles of Narnia for drunk adults. It's great. When I went in, they had like normal cocktails, and then they had this reserve list. And of course, it's New York, so of course I had to do the reserve list. And what I found on their menu was this thing called an elder fashioned, which sounds very,
Mm.
very bougie. And it was amazing. It was an ounce and a half of Amas Barrel Reserve Gin, an ounce of the Mezenez. I'm hoping I'm saying it right. Massenet, maybe Golden Pear Brandy, which sounds amazing.
Mm.
Some white miso infused Saint Germain. So, of course, it has my favorite stuff in it. And then Bitterman's Boston Bitters. This drink was insane. It was served just with one of those big cubes of ice.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It was beautiful. It was this like golden color. It had just enough of the sweetness of the Saint Germain and this kind of pear. We talked a little bit about the pear mule, right? This
Yes.
was very wintry. It was luscious. It was gorgeous. And I couldn't afford more than one of them, but it was amazing. And it was totally worth it. If you find yourself in New York, go to that speakeasy. Go find a speakeasy. But that one's probably the most popular of the best kept secrets in New York City. Do that because it's worth it.
Yeah, that sounds very delicious. We might have to try to recreate that. I don't know about all of those fanciest of ingredients. Maybe we'll have to, strip those down for people of meager budgets, like we are here at Drink the Movies. But yeah, that's excellent. It's always awesome to go somewhere like New York City and to just let loose and see how all the creativity and stuff like that, especially this time of year and Christmas, which is really great. Not a particularly great time of year for the box office. That's okay. It's always a little bit slow here this week in the lead up to Christmas. The Boy and the Heron. Surprise winner of the weekend, took in just about $10.5 million to lead the way, followed by Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, Godzilla Minus One, Trolls Band Together, and Wish. Now, we talked a little bit about The Boy and the Heron last week. We both mentioned that we were very excited to see it. Definitely looking forward to it. It's playing here. I'm going to try to make it out to see there, but I don't think we were expecting it to take the weekend. There are some big hitters out there still, Michaela.
Yeah, there are. I mean, this definitely, I don't know. I am incredibly surprised that it did. I don't know why. I maybe I shouldn't be surprised now that I think on it. I mean, I knew that it was going to get and catch eyes of folks that are into kind of the anime. It's got this really beautiful, for anybody that wasn't listening to our lobby bar last week, shame on you, but this is from the people that brought you Spirited Away. It's kind of in that same style.
Mhm.
It's going to be beautiful. I've not seen it yet. I'm a little surprised though that it did as well as it did. It makes me happy to know that this art form is being supported. I thought that maybe Wish was going to take it away again. Um,
Mhm.
because my son went to go see that, and Wish made it down to number 5. So I don't think it's doing super well as far as from an animated film perspective.
Yeah, had
I don't
a had
know.
a had a couple of options out there, and we're gonna have a lot of options coming out this week, Michaela. So we're not going to dwell on these too much, but there is a bunch of stuff coming out. We want to talk about, including another animated film geared at kids. That is Migration. What is Who is doing that? That's Illumination, I think, is doing that one. We've been seeing the previews for that. What it feels like for like the last 3 years, it's finally coming out here this coming week. I think maybe a limited release this weekend. But we have a lot more stuff coming out too. We've got Aquaman and Lost Kingdoms coming out. We've got Wonka coming out this week. Those are kind of the bigger ones. And then we've got a couple of Oscar watch films that look really good to me. I'm excited to see both of these, The Iron Claw and American Fiction. What do you think here about our Oscar watch possibles, Michaela? Any of those strike your interest to go out? And what about the wider releases? Spoiler warning, we're going to go see Wonka next week. We already have our tickets, but Aquaman, Migration, either of those strike your fancy? What do you think?
So Migration looks really cute. It's got every parent's nightmare, long trip ride kind of trope that every parent who is stuck in a car with people like, are we there yet? I have to pee, whatever. I love some of that. I think they've done a really good job marketing. They partnered with a bunch of different I don't know, a bunch of different businesses. So
Mm.
now it's everywhere you look. So
Illumination
uh
spending those Mario bucks that they made
yeah,
this
yeah,
year.
they sure are. It kind of fills me with existential dread though, because usually when they do that hard marketing, it's to cover up the fact that the movie sucks. So I don't
Mm.
know how I feel about it. I'm looking forward to it, but I definitely think with all of the other things that I want to watch versus probably should watch, um, this might make my like rental, or when it comes to stream, I might pay to stream it early or something, but I don't think I'm going to make it to the theater to see it. And my
Mm.
son, who's 8, did not request to see it. So it's doing the work from a marketing perspective with adults. I don't know if it's reaching the kids. We'll see.
He Yeah, he seemed less interested in it than we did for sure. But yeah, Migration's coming out. That could be a good one for the family. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is definitely not going to be a good one. But go watch that, I guess, if you're into the Aquaman lore out there. And then Wonka, I'm hearing good things about it so far, so definitely looking forward to seeing that. And we'll be covering it on an episode here in a couple of weeks. American Fiction and The Iron Claw both look great. American Fiction is starring Jeffrey Wright's getting a lot of buzz for the actor nom there. Looking forward to that one. And then same here for Zac Efron in The Iron Claw, A24 film about this family of professional wrestlers. So definitely looking forward to both of those. I don't know. There's not enough weeks left in the year to see all of these, Michaela. We're going to have to be pretty choosy on what we want to go see. We're not being choosy at home, though, because this is the holiday season. We got to watch all of those staples. We watched Love Actually last week. That's what we talked about. I had a really good conversation about that one. So hopefully everyone enjoyed. And then this week, we've got one of the classics of classics. That is the 1964 Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, plus a bonus episode here for patrons coming about the Hunger Games. So what do you think, Michaela? Rudolph, you looking forward to going back to the island of misfit toys and talking everyone's favorite ninth reindeer?
I am. I love that film. It's hard in my family because I happen to be married to a curmudgeon who thinks it's awful and hates it with a passion. So I'm really excited to watch it. My son is really excited to watch it, and we'll just go from there.
That's right. Just go from there. So that's what we got coming this week. So let us know if you're making it out to see any of these films, or let us know if you made it out to see The Boy and the Heron. Let us know if you're going to try one of these pear mules or this spice silver bell cocktail. Let us know all that. Send us pictures, all that good stuff on all the social media things. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you next week in the lobby bar.